is busy. Hope you all had a good weekend and enjoyed your time. Hopefully the weather is, wherever you are, is better than what we have here. So it's snow outside this morning. We got out, like it was kind of warm over the weekend, and then I got out this morning and it was kind of snowy. It was like, ugh. It's mid-April. I hear today is tax day in States. I don't know what that means. Does it mean that you get your tax returns back, or is it that you pay your taxes? I have no idea. Anywho, nobody's watching. We'll just give a few more minutes before we start talking about what I wanted to talk about. Well, let's see, because you guys complained so much about the pipe behind me. I ended up cutting it out of the stream. I haven't still figured out what the pipe is about. My first meeting this morning has been canceled, so I thought I'll just touch base with you guys and see what you're up to. We have 2 in the house, 1 like. Please feel free to drop your scent of today. Tell me what you're wearing, how you did this weekend, what did you do this weekend. Hi, Deshaun, how are you? And let's talk about here, you're back. Scent of the day, Pavarotti EDT in 1994. Oh, you know what? I've never tried Pavarotti. I don't know what that is that a brand? Pavarotti is a brand on its own. I've heard it from Rich and I've heard from you guys, but I've never tried anything from the brand. Dick says Bulgari Cobra. Yes. It's a nice one. Bulgari Cobra is a nice one. I've heard it's a nice one. The only one I've tried is Tigar, or Tigar. Is that how you say it? And there are a few from that line. I think Bulgari has. Is that called Onek? It's Onekh. That I feel it is close to Baby Cat a little bit, like leather and vanilla. Is that the one or the other one? I'm not 100% sure. Nothing evolutionary, but beautiful and high quality. Yes. Bulgari Le Gem line is nice, to be honest. I don't mind Bulgari Le Gem at all, and just the pricing is high, and it's getting it in discounters in North America is quite difficult. That's my only complaint. And I think they discontinued all their fam line, didn't they? There are quite a few from the fam line. There's one called Calaluna, that's my favorite. It's an iris forward fragrance. There's one, there are a bunch of them. There's like a Splendida, there is Iria, there is Zahiria, all sort of, it's kind of, most of them end up with This is a sample. I don't think it's worth the price at retail. Yes, I don't even know what's the price in retail on those. Is it like $400 or something? I think it is. It is about $400. Guys, 14 in the house. Please like this stream. Subscribe if you haven't. All the good things. I don't think it's $460. Ay, that is a soaring price for a fragrance. Like, I mean, I gotta give it to them. Like the design of the bottle, the masculine line, it's a little too much for me, but it's solid. The bottle is solid make, but you're not buying, if you're not buying the fragrance for the bottle, you know, you're buying for the juice inside, and it has to kind of match up. Janica Love, hi Robes, how are you? Yes, please tell me what you're wearing, what you are going to explore anytime soon. And I actually, hello there, I'm new here. How are you today? I'm good. How are you? Monsieur Mark is here. So I had bought Rosendo Mateu No. 3 in about like a few years ago. I think it's like 2 years ago, and my first encounter with Rosendo Mateu that I think like from the brand. Anyways, I mean, he may have made fragrances that I have tried, but I don't recall. From the first one was Rosendo Mateu No. 5. And I did not like that one. It was like too rubbery for me, and I was like, I don't like that. So I never tried anything else until I went to, or maybe at some point I read about Rosendo Mateu No. 3, and that was a nice one. You still need to sniff a Mateu. Oh, really? They have some good ones in the line. I have a good question. What are we talking about? We're talking about perfumes. We're talking about perfumes. It's a perfume life. I have a perfume channel, and we're talking about the perfumes. Rosendo Mateu is a perfumer. Was a perfumer. He has passed away in 2022, and apparently, let's read about Rosendo Mateu actually. It's a master perfumer known for exceptional talent and creativity in the world of perfumery. This is taken off the Fragrantica. Born in Spain, he started his fragrance journey, his journey in the fragrance industry at the age of 15. Wow. Once he joined a big perfumery company in Barcelona as an apprentice. Working in various departments, he developed interest in perfumes and began working in perfumery department. His passion led him to study elements, raw material, ingredients in grass. So he's like a traditionally trained perfumer. At the Master Marcel's Karlsruhe School, now Givaudan. So he went to Givaudan. Followed by several years in Geneva with the Arturo Jordi Pay Firmenich, and in Paris with Max Gavary, IFF. He gained extensive knowledge and experience working with top perfumers from around the world and developing fragrances for major brands, including international brands. Unfortunately, I can't see what other perfumes he has created, but anyways. Mateu's collaboration with prestigious brands such as Antonio Banderas, Carolina Herrera, Paco Rabanne, Zara have resulted in numerous successful fragrances. Okay, 2010, he was named Master Perfumer for his dedication and knowledge of perfumery, joining the exclusive group of perfumers with this prestige title. So Master Perfumers, like there is a qualification for those, right? Like to be called the Master Perfumer. Bubush says, good day. Zdravo, but I don't know what that means, Dushan. Test for Rose Prick today. Oh, that's a nice one. I don't mind that one actually. He's not a name that many speak about as a nose, but he has a huge library. Or I know. I don't know why I mean, he passed away, but even before he passed away, it wasn't something that people really talked about in general. Zdravo means hello. Am I saying it right? He did Northern Cardinal, but Zoologist in 2022. Really? So that probably was one of his last perfumes that he did. I actually don't mind Northern Cardinal. I visited Victor's store. It could have been 2023. Yeah, it was 2023 when I visited Victor's store, and he showed me the whole process and all of that, and then he I had tried Northern Cardinal there. So it was called first Cardinal, but then I think he got a cease and desist from a brand. Was it not Healy, was it? He got us to change the name, so now he made it Northern Cardinal. He did quite a few Rabannes as well back in the 80s and 90s. Oh, really? Like I have no idea. Like I didn't know nothing about him until I saw the Rosendo Mateu No. 5. What does it say here? And in 2014, he started his own collection with his son John, which launched in Spain in 2015 with 4 fragrances. The collection was so well received that they expanded to 5 unisex fragrances in 2017. Yeah, and then I think he still has a page on Facebook, and it's probably run by someone else, whatever. Because I got a friend requested him in I think it might have been 2022, and they accepted the friend request in 2023. So I assume it's someone else doing it. So then, the Rosendo Mateu No. 3, I got it because, and this is bad, don't do this, this is not recommended, one of the places that I often buy, one of the discounters I often buy perfumes from, is fragrancebuy.ca, and they have this thing like if you buy 5, you get free shipping. Slippery slope. I did end up getting, I did end up getting one. This was Rosendo Mateu number 3, and I was like, well, it doesn't, I don't mind it, so I got it there from them. Hey, top 3 fragrances you like to smell on a man. It's hard to say. It's honestly, it depends on a man. It depends on a season. It depends on so many things. I feel like it's almost like you'd say what colors are good for a man to wear. Like it really depends on how they look like, what they're like, you know, what is the aura, what is the charisma. But like from the masculine fragrances, what I traditionally masculine leaning fragrances, Pearly, stop it. Traditionally masculine leaning fragrances, I like, let's say, I feel Gucci Guilty Absolute. Is that Absolute? Which one I bought? Guys, someone tell me what I bought. I think Gucci Guilty, is it Absolute or Elixir for men? That would smell really, really good on a man. I think there's that one. There is Vanille Havane, even though it's kind of unisex, but I feel like it smells really, really good on a man. Also, Jubilation and Antos would, yeah, smell good on a man. And I would say the third one, the third one, I like leathery, smoky, slightly sweet fragrances on a man. So what else I would put in the third one? Having a hard time. What would that be? Not Sauvage, not Aventus cologne. Aventus smells really good. Aventus smells really good, but to me it smells a guy in their 30s, 20s and 30s. Vanille Havane, yeah, Vanille Havane would be one. I mentioned that one. I'm gonna say 1740. What's that? Is it, oh, the what do you may call that? Histoire de Parfum. Not that one. Just slap Monsieur Roger on him and call it. Sheesh. How would I like on it, man? So far, we have Vanille Havane, and we have, I want to say something from Tom Ford. It's probably, I want to say probably either Noir Anthracite, or I would say Ombre Leather Parfum. Here's the basic thing for you guys. I don't know. It's a hard question to answer. Gucci Guilty Absolute is the most masculine frag I've ever smelled. Not for everyone, though. Yes, but I love it. Moskim, is that how you say your name? I actually have a bottle of that one, and I quite like it. Did she just say Noir Anthracite? Yes. Don't we like it? I don't know. What do you think of Noir Anthracite? I have a bottle of Noir Anthracite, and I quite like it. I've been told I smell like an old woman wearing Gucci Guilty Absolute. See, this is the thing, right? You can put the most masculine fragrance on, but if you are an old woman in the heart, probably you can't change that. Jesus, Mitra say the only woman on earth, Anthracite. It is. I love Noir Anthracite. I bought a Noir Anthracite. You like bad boys depending on the fragrance you named. Guilty Absolute. Yeah, I guess you analyzed me. What can I say? But for myself, though, I like to pretend I'm a nice girl. So I put this Rosendo Mateu number 3 this morning. And let's see, the notes. This is a 2017 one, so it's probably when they expanded the brand. The notes are neroli, Sicilian bergamot, iris, jasmine, damask rose, white musk, sandalwood, vetiver, vanilla, cashmere wood, tonka bean, and amber. And The boys, my oldest picked up Iris right away. He was like, Mom, are you wearing a perfume today? And I'm like, yes, like every other day, but anyways. And he's like, oh, I like that. I really like this one. I was like, well, no wonder, because it has Iris. And my little one is like, no, actually, I think there's some vanilla. And I was like, yes, it is. There's also some vanilla. So they are being in training, and they quite liked it. And I actually enjoy it, although I feel like I don't smell it on myself anymore. I don't know if it's just fleeting, or like it's gonna be one of those when I get out in the fresh air, I would smell. um, Paroli is an old woman. Salvador Fergamo Testa di Morio. Yes. The Moro. Yes, that's one. That one is really, really nice. That one is absolute nice. Is that the one that's like a chocolate and oud, Pearly? I got like 4 of them. I can't remember which one was. I missed the 2 videos seeing that old AC unit just isn't doing it. All right, here. Look at the tube. See, your good old friend tube is here. The old AC, this building is so old, I can't even. It is the incense. Greetings, Leo the Great. Yes. Stopping to show love. Thank you. What's the topic of the day? We're just like talking about perfumes. I talked about Rosendo Mateu perfumes, and the one that I was wearing. Actually, I was intrigued by Rosendo Mateu number 8. I think it says 8. I smelled it in Excellence, and then probably Scent no, I don't think they were in Scent Explore, but I smelled it there, and it was quite lovely. There are a few like from another collection. Oh, somebody said 1970. Yes. I had a bottle of 1970. It ended up being a little bit too sweet for me, so I did end up selling that. But there is like 1969, I think, from that collection. There's like a bunch of those are different bottles. I just got Eden Rock for decanting. Sell me on it, Mitra. Eden Rock is a nice one, partly because I don't mind salt. Like Eden Rock is quite salty fragrance. It's like a beachy, salty fragrance. I don't mind it though, but a lot of people find it too salty. You're wearing number 7 today. Oh, which one is 7? Is that Conley? Is that Oud? No, Oud Vanilla is like number 4, isn't it? Like I'm getting confused. I am getting confused. Let's see. So Rosendo Mateu Creations, like let's see what we have here. Not 1970. So there's the 1970 was launched in 2023. Do you like oil babe? This other time I smelled the most beautiful feminine scent on this cute girl working at market. She said it was Chanel number 5. I wish all women smelled like that. I love Chanel number 5. Like I have a huge collection of Chanel number 5. It's one of my favorite. To me, actually, is a power fragrance. If I have a talk, I often give talks. It's part of my job in different places, and sometimes it could be a conference, sometimes it could be a talk for public. But I often do that, and that is the fragrance I wear if I'm going there, because it gives me that kind of confidence. I'm not usually, despite my outwardly appearance, I'm not a extrovert, so it's these kind of events take energy out of me, so I wear a number 5 to those things. Leo the Great says, do you like oil-based fragrances? I love them, they last a long time. I do and I don't, and the reason being I do and I don't is that I like the act of spraying, so that's gonna sound silly. Like I like the act of spraying a fragrance and kind of enjoying it that way. Oils are a little bit tricky because it could stain your clothes, it could stain your, like if you're not careful, it could just, create a mess a little bit. Plus kind of like the act of, if I'm gonna do oils, this is a further step that I have to take. I usually, same thing with parfums or extracts. I have this pipette at home, and I take a little bit in a pipette and then dab it on my skin. Just the act of putting something that I put on my skin back into the bottle, it's a little bit triggers my OCD. That's the problem. But I love like some of the Amouage attires. Like there's Vanilla Berca I love. There's Ors Vacan. Their actually their oud is pretty nice. The oud something. I can't remember what the oud is. Um, Vanilla oud patch. Ooh, that is nice. That's the number 7 from the Rosendo Mateu. Yeah, that's nice. Oil-based fragrances last, but don't project. Yes, and I honestly like. I don't want projection to be like huge. As I said, I'm not an extrovert person, so I don't really like to, wear something that people smell a mile away. Despite my favorite fragrance, like some of my favorites being Noir Anthracite and like some of these very loud fragrances. But if I'm wearing those, it would be small sprays, like with moderate. And I like oil for that it's not suffocating. Like it lasts all day, but it's not suffocating to people around you. Smell like longer in hot weather. Yeah, most likely. Yeah, I feel like sometimes, when you put fragrance on, some of the notes need to really warm up on your skin before they kind of shine. I feel like a lot of times vanilla is like that on my skin, myrrh is like that. A lot of those resinous notes need to warm up on my skin before kind of they shine. Vanilla wood smells are the best in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, those are kind of like, honestly, I don't know who wouldn't like vanilla. Like it's vanilla for a lot of people, and I feel like it's even. I don't know. I think the root of liking vanilla is like really deep in that. Like even my kids, like my youngest, it's like 4. Like he loved vanilla ever since like he's smelled it. So it's I don't know if that's the sweetness, is it the woodiness, is it the comfort, is it association with waffles I make him every morning, or like baking. I'm not sure. Shalimar versus Metallice. Um, that's a hard choice. Shalimar versus Metallice. Dushan, I have the EDT version of the Metallice, like Metallica, in the 93 ml bottles, and I put, I was, thank you, Robes. I put on yesterday. I put on a little spray of that one because I was wondering, do I want this vintage? Because I have the Metallica on in those old 250 ml bottles with the the metallic thing around it, and I also have Metallice. So for those of you who don't know, Metallica and Metallice are the same fragrances. Metallica, I think, came in 2000 from Guerlain. It's a nice vanilla and neroli kind of fragrance from Guerlain, and ambery based a little bit. I think there are 2 formulation of Metallica, but then the Metallica, the name was sued or whatever by the Metallica music brand, so they changed it to Metallice. But they're also, before it came on in those fancy bottles, it was in the kind of this 93 ml vintage formulation, and I have one of those, and I was like, maybe I should sell this one and somebody more enjoy it more. I put it on and I was like, I like it so much, I don't want to sell it. I put it back off. And recently I realized I'm addicted to fragrances with patchouli. Patchouli is another one. I think if you get patchouli, it is so comforting. Patchouli, depending what you associate with, right? Like there's a lot of scent associations. I feel like it depends what you associate a scent with. For a longest time, I couldn't do jasmine because the first generation of air fresheners that came to Iran were jasmine scented. So all I remembered from jasmine, it was like scent of poop covered with jasmine. It was really, especially like a really indolic jasmine, was really hard for me to take, but I'm just coming around with it actually. And there are a few fragrances with jasmine that I absolutely like, including Shalimar jasmine. All my favorites have a distinct patchouli in them, yes. And I find the combination of patchouli and rose, it's mesmerizing for whatever reason. For me, like I would have loved for Francis Kurkdjian to bring back the Dior Midnight Poison, which is like one of my favorites from that line, is patchouli and rose. Do you have any experience with perfume or etch? Nope. I have no idea what that whole line is. I am curious about it. I just got two samples from the brand. One is called Saddle and one is in ink. Interesting. You know, I used to if you see my handwriting, you won't believe it, but I used to take calligraphy classes as private classes as a child, and calligraphy in Iran is written by different pens. Like they're not even pen. It's like a wooden thing that you dab in the ink, and you write on a special piece of paper like that, and that doesn't really diffuse the ink so much. And the smell of ink is very nostalgic for me, especially opening a new bottle of. So we would put the ink, and then you would put some silk threads in a container, and pour some ink on top of it, so you can dab your pen into that silk and ink, and then you write, and so it wouldn't be too much ink on the pen. And it's very nostalgic for me. One of my goals is like to start doing it again, to start writing it again. But something with ink note is quite intriguing for me. Let's see what it says. What is patchouli? It's a woody green. Yeah, so it's I will buy Metallic sooner or later. Yes, Deshaun, I'm waiting for that. For patchouli, ooh, patchouli is depending where you are in the world. You can see that as how hippies smelled in 1980s, because it's used as a medicinal oil in different things. Let's open up actually just for shits and giggle purposes. What is patchouli? Let's see what Wikipedia says. Patchouli is a species of flowering plant in the family of, don't ask me to do this, commonly called mint or dead nettle family. The plant grows as bushy perennial herb, which erects stems reaching up to 75 centimeters in height and bearing small, pale, pink, white flowers. Interesting. It's native to South Asia, including Sri Lanka, Indonesia, the Malay, New Guinea, and Philippines. It's also found in many parts of Nepal and northeast India. Noted for fragrant essential oil, has many commercial uses, is now extensively cultivated in tropical climates around the world, especially Asia, Madagascar, South America, and Caribbean. As of 2023, global demand for patchouli oil is over 1,600 metric tons per year, of which over 90% is produced by Indonesia. Here, we had some information about patchouli. So the heavy, strong, woody, and earthy scent of patchouli has been used for centuries in perfumes and more recently in incense, insect repellents, chewing tobacco, and many alternative medicines. It's widely used in modern perfumery by individuals who create their own scents and also scented products. Such as paper towels? I've never seen a paper towel smelling patchouli, but anyways. Patchouli is this green masculine smelling note. Most masculine fragrances have it. Yes, and some feminine fragrances, like if you use it in combination with rose, it is absolutely gorgeous and gives that like rose a little bit of a personality, a little bit of a kick. It makes it less juvenile. It's absolutely mesmerizing. One of my fragrance friends has the original decanter of Metallica before the brand did the cease and desist. Yeah, I do have that one. He started asking 1,500 for it a few years back. He's down to 1,000. Yeah, that's too much. I have a 250 ml of Metallica. At some point, I had robes. I had 3 of those. I have 3 of those 250 mls. I ended up decanting one, selling another, and kept myself one. But now I also have 125 ml of Metallice, and I have the 93 ml on that. Patchouli is earth. You should get money back on those calligraphy lessons. They did nothing. RN, come on, relax. If I want to, because those calligraphy lessons, sir, they were in Farsi. They weren't in English calligraphy lessons, even though my Farsi notes are horrible too. It's just bullshit that I'm saying. So he has the handwriting of, so she has the handwriting, but I don't think so. I want my patchouli dark and dank. Same robes. Yes, Connolly is absolutely a patchouli lover. She, there's, didn't you buy Perfumum Roma patchouli? That was too much patchouli for me. There are other good patchoulis. What is that brand? Reminiscence? Reminiscence patchouli. Especially if you get it in the older format, that's a really nice patchouli. Other things, other patchoulis. There's Patchouli Imperial from Guerlain, not from Dior. I have a 2011 decanter of 450 ml of that one. It's a nice one, but I wouldn't say that's my top patchouli. There's Patchouli Absolute from Tom Ford. There's purple patchouli from Tom Ford. I have never tried. There's Patchouli Noisette from Rosendo Mateu No. I have never tried. I don't know what that smells like. I'm kind of afraid of trying that one because I don't think that is as noisette as I want it. I don't think it is a fragrance that I'm imagining it. There is, what other patchouli is out there? As Guerlain has Patchouli Paris. It is fine. It is fine. It's not the best. It's not the worst, but it is just okay. What other patchoulis are there? Like lots of amber fragrances also will have patchouli at the base. I'll wait another 5 years to dwindle down to 750 then. I'll get it. Patience. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Robes. You never know the way economy is going. I'll do the same for your vintage Aventus. What did he say? Oh yeah. Mark Twain. Reminiscence is fire. Yes, Patchouli Noisette is sweet. Really? Is it sweet? Because I kind of want something, if there's a name, a noisette in it, I want it sweet, please. Don't make it like bitter. The patchouli in ombre leather is insane, but only in dry down. That's my problem with ombre leather. Bad opening, amazing dry down. Yeah, to be honest, from the ombre leather line, I prefer the ombre leather EDP on myself, and I have a bottle of that. And I also bought an eau de ombre leather, which is kind of basically baby cat, but that's what it is. I should catch patchouli patch. Yes, patchouli patch. Patchouli patch is artisan, is that right? I've never tried that one. Borneo 1834 is a good patch. Yes. I had a bottle of that one. I sold it. It wasn't. Was that Borneo? Yes, Borneo. I sold that one. It was too. I felt it was just. It's ridiculous what I'm gonna say. I was going to say it is too masculine for me, but like, hence I won't nor anthracite. But, Lovely Patchouli by Krigler. Oh my goodness, Krigler has some really beautiful ones. Patchouli Intense de Nicolai, it just almost killed me, baboosh. Like, I put it on and I died. It was too much for my soul. I find Nicolai in general, and don't get me wrong, I don't like sweet fragrances, like too sweet of fragrances, but Nicolai is one of the ones that is hard for me. I feel like a lot of them are too harsh for my liking, and I couldn't take that one, except one Nicolai that I really like. It's called Saint Honoré, and I quite like that one. Established Cognac by Krigler is a must sniff. Yes, there are a bunch from Krigler. I just don't want to get into that slippery slope because it's so expensive. I love Abracadabra. I love Lovely Patchouli. There's another one. There are a bunch from that line that is quite good, but it's so expensive. I think it's called Dark Patchouli. Let me say, is it Dark Patchouli or Patchouli 55 or Lovely Patchouli? I'm not 100% sure. Patchouli patch created by Bertrand de Chauffeur for L'Artisan Parfumeur. Oh, nice. Does anyone else not like Eros Flame, or it's just me? Never smelled any Eros. I don't know what the female like it smells like. I don't know what the male like it smells like. I have never smelled any. I will buy that Krigler. I have to stay away from. Yes, Conley, you and I, if you don't want to go bankrupt, you know. What's Lovely Patchouli Night? There's two of them. I have the night. Oh, I didn't know there's the night one. Krigler is a beautiful line. Have you tried Abracadabra? I like Abracadabra as well. And then there's another one. Somebody sent me. something. I can't remember what it was. From the same. I have three curriculars. Which ones do you have? Dushan says Eros shame. True. I don't know. I see a lot of guys are wearing that blue bottle of Versace Eros. Versace fragrances, actually talking about patchouli, Versace fragrances never really did the thing for me. The only Versace that I don't mind is actually their new releases. And talking about patchouli, it is a patchouli fragrance. What is the Versace patchouli? Hold on, let me just take a look. I smelled it at the Milan duty free. So Versace patchouli. It's called Patchouli Précieux. This computer comes on. I have to, it's called Patchouli Précieux, and it's a 2024 release. The notes are dried plum, amberwood, based on saffron and nutmeg. Where's the patchouli then? Funny because it doesn't mention patchouli. Hey, these notes are probably wrong because I did smell patchouli on it. Hi Moose, how are you? I have the cognac, patch night, and oud. Oh, oud for highness. Gianni Versace from 1981. That was marketed towards women. It's brilliant. Never tried. You gotta smell the blue Eros. It's amazing date night clubbing. Not positive reaction from. I got positive reaction from women. I don't know. I've passed my clubbing time, really. Maybe I'll smell it on my boys one day. Not looking forward to it though. God, don't tell me what they're doing in there. But oh, there is also from Van Cleef & Arpels. There's a Patchouli Blanc. I have never tried Patchouli Blanc, and I think it's also coming in the Patchouli Blanc is coming in the Parfum. Am I right, Mark? I think Patchouli Blanc is coming in the Parfum concentration. Cleef & Arpels Patchouli Blanc. Never smelled the bottle. You just tried Patchouli Blanc. Yeah, you tried the white bottle, right? Like, but now they are. God, what's going on in here? They are coming in the a midnight patchouli. Midnight patchouli? Is there a midnight patchouli? Are you talking about midnight train? I had a stroke. Midnight Train by Prada, because Midnight Train by Prada is a nice patchouli. That's a really nice patchouli. I think Patchouli Blanc is coming with that. Have you tried Gem from Van Cleef & Arpels? No. I have not tried that one. I should probably try one day. Worst fragrance you've blind bought? Mine is Black Oud. Montal. Yeah, is that a Montal? Yeah, that would do it. Worst fragrance that I blind bought. What was a Brother Ooh? And not gonna lie, I think it was Rosendo Mateu No. 5. It was not good. Like, okay, here's the thing. I read a review on Fragrantica. Do not do this. Actually, number one, do not blind buy. And if you're gonna blind buy, don't read reviews on Fragrantica, because I read this one and it said it smells like strawberry condom. And that's the only thing I smelled when I put it on, and I was like, ew, brother, I don't want this at all. Van Cleef & Arpels Midnight Patchouli. Really? They have a Midnight Patchouli? You know what? I guess I don't know that one. What is everyone else's worst blind buys? I would like to know. That's an interesting question. It says, Dushan, do you know if Tazar from Van Cleef & Arpels? Paroli was selling his Tazar, wasn't it? Montal is like kerosene. I'm pretty sure my nose hairs burn every time I smell those. Come on, kerosene does a better job. Like, kerosene followed is like absolutely too intense. But other than that, some of the kerosene ones are pretty good. I love Follow. I like Sweetly Known, and then Unknown Pleasures. I think I know those two. Mitra, don't like strawberry condoms. How dare no. We do not like that. We do not like that. Somebody says that. Oh, there's moonlight patchouli. Dude, Connolly, you had a stroke like I did. So it's the moonlight patchouli. Yes. There's the moonlight patchouli from them. From Van Cleef & Arpels. And moonlight patchouli now comes in the Le Parfum as well. So I'm curious about that one, because the original moonlight patchouli was told to say not have enough patchouli, but we shall see what's this like. I was talking about real kerosene. Oh, the flammable liquid. Oh, well, you're talking to a ESL. I don't even know what kerosene is. I just thought it was a name. What is kerosene? Kerosene. I learn it in a word every day. Oh, it's a flammable liquid which is used in many industries and homes around the world as a fuel for light, heat, and power. Oh, interesting. I learned something new. I've smelled Azure on someone last week. Got my eyes on it. Never smelled Azure. I don't know what that smells like. But Van Cleef & Arpels, like one of my favorite ones, is actually First. I know it's kind of like not everyone's cup of tea, but my boss used to wear it at work, and that was her mom's scent, and my old boss was my work mom. So it kind of has that motherly impression on me. I quite like it. I recently got a little bottle of it with my purchase from Anuj, and I am planning to gift it to her. Gotta go. Have a great stream, Mitra. Bye, chat. Yes, bye-bye. Thanks for watching. I actually gotta go as well. Like, it's coming to the next meeting. Kerosene is the plain floor. Oh, I didn't know that. Here, I learned something new. Guys, everyone, please like the stream, subscribe if you haven't, all of those nice things, and I'll see you all later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.